It's that time. Welcome to Samson's World. Today I have a very special show. Two local St. Louis celebrities. First up, we have she is a local St. Louis celebrity radio personality. She hosts This Week with Tammy Holland for BCTV. Give it up for Miss Tammy Holland. There you go. That's mine. There you go. Nice, Tammy. Looking good. There she is, folks. And next up, you guys know this guy. He's another local St. Louis celebrity. You might know him from the Brown and Curly commercials, and he's my dad. Give it up for Mr. Terry Carruthers. There he is. Look at him. Oh, there you go, Terry. There you go, Terry. He's dancing up a storm, and he's a hell of a dancer. That's where I get it from. Okay. All right, Pop. How's it going? Tammy?
What's going on?
In on this thing. Hang on a second. Plugging you guys in. I got a little three-way switcher here.
I'm eating my breakfast, my lunch dessert.
Okay. Oh, this is perfect.
What is it, Terry? What are you eating?
My sister-in-law.
Already had one. Oh, I want one. Whatever it is.
Sounds like Terry is abusing his eating privileges. What are you doing, Pop?
I'm just relaxing, but I was just balled out.
You're balled out. So, this is a very special episode of Samson's World today. I called up Tare and Tammy.
Yes.
They're locally in St. Louis right now.
Yes.
We are bound to St. Louis now for the duration.
You got that right.
That's right. How is it feeling there in St. Louis? I mean, you guys, unfortunately, I was saying how dumb the governor was in Georgia, but it appears that the governor in Missouri is being one of the slowest. So how are people acting there? Because I know in California, we are all buckled down and used to this lifestyle.
Well, I tell you what, our governor has spoken out, and we are all buckling down in the state of Missouri and across St. Louis.
Okay.
I think the more people that continue to get the message out that social distancing is absolutely imperative right now, I think the better that we'll be to, as they say, flatten the curve, you know?
Yeah.
But we're all just laying low. You know, your dad's laying low, you know, the entire company is laying low right now. Yeah.
What are you eating, Tare?
My sister-in-law. I am. I would say I am isolated in my home with my wife, her sister, and my daughter.
My younger sister Lucy. That's right. And then his sister Franny is there.
Yeah, and so we, I eat well, but I'm constantly being criticized for one thing or another.
Well, you're the only man in the house.
I'm the only man there. And they find many things wanting from my behavior.
I'm sure. Pop, how long have you been in that lazy boy quarantining? Because this is actually, to be honest, the first time I've witnessed you on video outside of that lazy boy since the quarantine started.
Okay, you want to know how long?
Mm-hmm.
What year is it?
Exactly.
2025. Holy cow. Really? Well, not yet. Can I come out yet?
No.
Is it over?
No, it's not over. It's never going to be over. What are the projections? Some people say anywhere for from a couple months to 18 months.
Well, here's what I believe.
I
believe the world is going to be divided up into two groups in about 6 months. There's going to be there's going to be the younger people that have either had it or believe that having it will, they'll be not pleasant, but they'll get it and they'll survive. And then there'll be the at-risk people, myself, people my age, people with younger people with, respiratory issues, diseases, and we'll have to, I think we'd be safest to continue to be, isolated. But I think at various times people are just going to, it's going to be, like one of those contests where you touch the car and the last one to touch it gets the car.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be like something like that. I think people at risk are going to try to stay isolated. And I think gradually a lot of them are going to give up.
Yeah.
And take their chances. And then there's always the hope that either there's a vaccine, which will be about 1.5 years, they say, or maybe some real good treatment so that, it brings down the mortality. So it becomes more like, we all knew that the seasonal flu killed people, but we took our shots and we or didn't take the shots and went out and lived our lives figuring, it's a reasonable risk. Right now with this, where the mortality rate is 10 to 20 times that of the flu, I think personally it's not worth the risk right now.
Yeah.
But in 1 year, who knows? You may go stir crazy.
Well, and I think that's part of the issue as well is, this becomes a class illness in a way because, I was thinking about, we just got some groceries delivered from Target. And so I have the privilege to be able to afford to have somebody go to the grocery store for me right now at this point. But you think about, okay, a step below who doesn't have that. So they're going to the grocery store and exposing themselves. And then a step below that is, the person who's working at the grocery store every day exposing themselves. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is going to show. I mean, privilege affords you safety from this disease because you can properly social distance because you can afford to properly social distance. And like you said, it becomes, some people say, look, I might die not starving, or, like people say, the financial is going to kill me before the actual disease will.
No, you're absolutely right.
You see all these public transit workers who are, putting their life on the line to drive a bus. And so it just really makes you question everything. And they were told not to wear masks for, because they would scare customers.
What I certainly hope that will happen after this experience that, people will come out of this, more bonded and more kind, and more giving and more open. We live in some trying times, but I've seen the spirit of some really phenomenal people emerge through these past few weeks. I hope that it continues because I really think we're going to need it.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And that's going to be the great question. Will we learn anything having gone through this? First of all, I mean,
I have already. I would hope people do.
Yeah, but people that I know a lot of people that have had heart attacks.
Yeah.
And they get over it. And right away, right afterward, they say, oh my God, that's it. No more smoking, no more drinking, going to eat right, going to exercise.
Yeah.
And it lasts for some period of time, but many of them, you see them 1 year later and they're smoking and drinking and not exercising. People have a remarkable ability to get comfortable and to sort of be able to ignore down the road. But, we really need it because, what I'm afraid of, here's a virus that evolved and it moved apparently from animals to people, which viruses will do.
Sure.
And then it became very quickly a virus transmissible from one person to another, which it originally, they don't think it was. What happens if this is 10 to 20 times more deadly than the flu? Is there a plane landing anywhere?
No, it was a motorcycle.
Talking about this, I have to cough. I have to grab a glass of water.
I know. Hey, Tammy, that's why I got mine ready to go. This is the only place you can safely cough, really.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
You can go grab your water, Tammy. I got you, Tara.
Well, I'm going to finish my thought.
Finish your thought, Tara.
So what happens where the next time this happens, what happens if instead of it being 10 or 20 times more lethal
Right.
than the flu, what happens if the next one is 100 times more lethal?
Yeah,
Or
that
five,
yeah.
What if the next one is like Ebola that kills half the people that get it?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's terrible.
So we better learn at least that lesson.
Right.
That science is important.
Yeah.
And the only answer to this stuff, while prayer is wonderful and maybe prayer helps.
Hey, I pray all the time, but that, you know what, I would pray to build something, make a fire, but I have to actually make the fire.
No, I mean, people pray, and that's a good thing. But
it is. I pray.
That's
why we pray.
At the same time you're praying, you better be giving money or urging the government to do some heavy-duty scientific research.
Yeah,
because we don't want to go through that anymore. Yeah, and that's why I said that'll be the point. What do we learn? What do we take?
What will we learn? Yeah, that's true. I mean, we don't have any paper towels left right now, so I'm actually using a dish towel, what a dish towel was always intended to do. But I was telling Liz today, I'm so used to, I'll wash my hands, grab a paper towel, dry my hand off, and throw it away. And it makes you think about that level of waste. So, I mean, I think on a lot of, or cooking wise, I'm having, I had to make tacos last night with turkey meat and cheese and,
Oh my God.
It's getting tough around here, Tara. It was lean, but geez, Tara,
Yeah.
I had to cook it on the griddle, and I had to actually flip these things, Tara. Do you know? I had to flip.
I saw those pictures. Did you make those tortillas yourself?
Yes, thank you, Tammy. I flattened the tortillas like the curve here in California.
You're so funny.
No, I did not make I made the tortillas in the sense that we bought them from a store. But I did not.
So good.
Well, you know what you do? You get some oil, you heat it up, and then you grease up both sides. Then I put some cheese down. Then I throw the meat. Then I put some more cheese on top of that, and then another tortilla.
Well, that's what I tell my wife.
Something I did though. I wonder if I can bring in. Let me see if I can bring in this picture real quick. Oh yeah, look at this, Terry. Well, Terry, I've been telling you about this shit for a while.
What do you tell your wife, Terry?
Oh, I tell her I can't make dinner, but I can make dinner appear.
There you go.
I know that's right. Bam.
Yeah. That's what somebody asked me. They said, Sam, did you build this? And I said, no, but I wrote the check to build it. And that takes the cramps.
No, my wife once said to me, "What do you do around here? You don't clean, you don't cook." And I walked over and I went to the light switch and I turned it on and off. I said, "That's what I do around here. I make the light."
And did she smack you?
She tried.
And you woke up at the bottom of the stairs the next morning.
That's right.
How did I get down here, honey?
How did I fall down all those stairs again?
Again. Okay, you guys won't be able to see this, but this is the eggs I made this morning, which I made out of tortillas. A tortilla, a bird's nest pop? Remember the bird's nest breakfast, where you put, what is it? Hold on. Let me
you don't mean the you in meaning me, right?
Right. Yeah. Mom used to make them. So a bird's nest where you take a piece of bread.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to put this up on a 4-way split so the audience can see.
And you cut out the middle in a circle or something?
Yeah. You cut out the middle in a circle. Exactly. And then instead of, we don't have bread. So I had to cut out the middle of a tortilla and drop the egg in the middle, and man, it was delicious.
It sounds like it was good.
Isn't that called a Humpty Dumpty or something?
No, it's called a bird's nest. In Spanish, I'm not sure. I got the translation, but I don't know what it is anymore.
The interesting thing about this whole time is that we do have more time in the kitchen and we can make more of these things. So
I don't know anything
about this bird's nest or the Humpty Dumpty.
No, I'm getting I'm gonna post this up so you'll be able to see. I'm getting so inventive in the kitchen. Now, right now, well, that view, let me see. Let me do the, yeah, that's a 4-way split of the eggs, Terry and Tammy. So it's not that pretty. I'll switch it back.
Oh, that's
So what else, Pop? So what's going on at the law firm? Obviously, you guys are a lot of people are working from home.
a lot of well, we have a skeleton crew that goes in because there's no way to work from home in terms of the mail.
Right. Lean to your left a little bit, Pop.
Okay.
Your head. Perfect. Beautiful.
And but everybody's working from home.
Yeah.
And so far so good. We got a lot of good people. We're settling cases. We can't try any cases because the courts are closed down. But people are still having accidents. We're taking in new business and helping a lot of people. And we're all sort of biding our time.
Yeah.
So we can get out. It's a very strange time. We lost
really.
Tammy.
We lost you, Tammy. Where'd you go? There she is. She's back. Tammy, you know what, Tammy? Before I forget, real quick, I've been giving this out to most of the women, but today I got to give it to you. The hashtag best hair during the quarantine.
You don't give that to me, sugar.
I just did. I just did, Tammy. I just gave it to you. So, it's not easy. It's not easy for men at all. Tara, hold on. Tara's looking for a little bit of it. Show him, Pop. Look at that.
That's a beauty, isn't it?
You want to know, too, how lucky am I the fact that, I'm 43 and I still have this much hair?
You're lucky. You're lucky.
Well, the blessings, the blessings of, drugs.
You know what Jews say? Don't talk, Sam. Don't talk.
Yeah, Jews say don't talk. Don't rub it in. That's right. My dad is very superstitious, Tammy. He won't step under a ladder. If I used to step over him when he was laying down, I had to step back over him.
It's all true.
What else, Pop?
Did you see my new thing on it's on Facebook. It's going to be on TV. I had a good idea.
It was
woke up in the middle of the night.
That's where they come.
And it's, for the doctors, hospitals, hospital workers. I call it Heroes Pay Zeros.
And what is that?
It means I am proposing that all doctors, nurses, and healthcare workers that are working right now to save us all, that they do not pay any federal, state, or local income taxes this year.
That's
no
awesome.
taxes
I
whatsoever.
like that.
That's awesome.
Just to give them, and maybe we should expand it, but right now, those are people on the front lines, and they deserve something more than just a statue or a medal or a letter of thanks. They
agree.
Something tangible.
They're risking their lives. What is the hashtag, really Tara?
Hashtag heroes, HERO.
I know how to spell heroes.
No, you don't.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, don't shoot.
How do you spell heroes?
I was spelling it incorrectly. Okay, go, Tara.
HEROES.
ES, yeah.
Pay zero, ZEROS.
I know how to spell zero. Wait a minute. Wait, heroes pay zeros?
Yeah, heroes pay zeros.
So hold on. So it's heroes pay ZEROES.
No.
OS.
Heroes is an odd word.
Yeah, I know. Tara, I had a pretty decent education, and I just flashed that up on the screen. Heroes pay Z. I think you got to work on that hashtag.
No.
I think it's a good one. It's good.
It's a great hashtag. You just need to simplify the spelling. How about hero pay zero?
No, it's always
zero for the hero. Okay. Come on, Tara.
I think we'll give it a whirl, see what happens. But
give it a whirl.
We hope we can get some traction with it.
It is.
Now it's a great idea, Terry.
Well, they deserve it. Really? Right now they're sitting there without protective equipment, saving people's lives, seeing what their future is to be doing what they're doing without the equipment they need.
Yeah.
And they're still there. They haven't left.
Yeah, because I saw something, in other countries, it looks like they have a hazmat suit, they look like astronauts, and then it was a meme of our nurses,
Yeah.
And it really puts a mirror on America that, we aren't this just first world country without flaws at all,
Not anymore. No, this points it out. We really dropped the ball here, and I think a lot of people are going to suffer because of it.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. Tammy, so tell us, now you are a star of BCTV. We see your step and repeat in the background.
A star of stage, screen, and television.
That's right. That's right. Because Tara, you guys have started, I don't know if everybody knows, but Brown and Crouppen, the law firm, has started a YouTube channel, and they actually won several Emmys, I will say daytime Emmys. I think they beat out George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio, and I think Steven Spielberg had some little Jewish documentary he did, but they just killed the competition with their cartoons. And then Tammy does it this week with Tammy, which I help her produce, and Tara and Ed and Andy do three lawyers eating
sandwiches.
Right.
Ed has a real.
Oh yeah, of course. Or Ed Versus, which I failed to mention, is the real breakout of the. Well, I won't say the real breakout because Tammy's the real breakout too. But Tammy and Ed lead the charge of a real breakout series. I mean, he won an Emmy for Ed Versus, where Ed will do anything Ed Versus. Batman, Ed versus Airplane Etiquette, Elevator, Concert, you name it. And it's, very funny. I mean, Ed is not just a lawyer anymore. He's a little bit of a like the kids say, he's a YouTube star.
He is a star.
He is.
How's he handling his newfound fame?
Well, have you seen his makeup channel?
He's doing makeup tutorials now?
Yeah, he does makeup tutorials. No. His head
That'd be a good Ed verse, just.
Yeah, just
Ed,
do a
I'm
makeup.
not gonna let them do you like that, Ed.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Tammy. Exactly. Stick up for Ed. And so, Tammy, talk to everybody a little bit about this week with Tammy. You just had another St. Louis legend, Ozzie Smith.
Yeah,
the
I told
Wizard.
You Ozzie Smith on last week, and that was so exciting. He's a class act. Ozzie's always been absolutely superb, but had an opportunity to have a conversation about what life is like for him right now and what he's doing at home. And it's just like everybody else. He's organizing his closets and he's cooking more. He says he's really been frying a lot of chicken. I love him. He's just so great. Yeah, he's just a great, great guy, and really wanted to use this opportunity to stress the importance of staying at home,
Yes, yes.
I appreciate him. Next week, I'm really excited. I'll have a conversation with Otis Anderson. Otis Anderson used to play for the St. Louis Cardinals. When
OJ, right? OJ.
For the New York Giants. Super Bowl MVP. So we'll catch up with Otis and find out what Otis is doing. And I'm just having a lot of fun at home right now. This is weird and very weird times, but I appreciate the opportunity to have a platform to get a message out, and that is right now to stay at home.
Yeah, because you're on billboards. You're almost on more billboards than Big Tara is.
No.
Come on.
No.
You're on some bus. I mean, your buses.
How did this happen?
Yeah, right. No.
No, hold on, Tammy. You made me think of something when you said Ozzie is making fried chicken. I mean, that sounds delicious. To get to sit there, and unfortunately we can't now, but I couldn't think of many things better than to have Ozzie Smith cook me some of his homemade fried chicken and just sit there and talk with him about, because I was telling Coley last night how every time, when he came out onto the field at the beginning of the game, he does a backflip, and just thinking about the bravery of that, the athleticism, and then the fact of, a Major League Baseball player with all the money they make every game taking a chance of doing a backflip.
Yeah.
Is kind of heard of. Now, Pop, do you remember, was it 82 or 87 when you took me out of school and we went to the World Series game where Ozzie Smith hit his switch hitter left home run?
Yeah. I was just thinking.
And it hit the yellow line.
First of all, I believe he did a cartwheel and then a backflip. You know, it was quite.
Oh yeah, it was. You're right. It was a cartwheel to a
And-
back. It was like yeah.
And where do you think he learned that, Sam?
From you, Pop?
Every morning.
A lot of people don't know. Terry has a great swing too. You know, we have the crouppin swing, we call it.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
We could have been champions.
We could have been if we were just not Jewish and a little more athletic. You know,
That's true. If we could only field.
yeah, if we could only field. That's true. I'm terrifying at catching a fly ball.
And hit a curveball, Tammy. It's been a.
Could have been.
You know, even Crouppins in Russia couldn't hit curveballs. That's why we left.
That's right.
You guys are doing pretty good right now. That's all I could say.
Well, that's true.
Thank you.
What do we do? Yeah, well, Tara's doing pretty good, you know.
You are.
No, we're doing good. I'm joking. No. Tara acts, but I remember, Pop, you know, when you had your one-room little office, you know, a lot of people don't know that about you. You know, your dad, a lot of people don't know, is kind of the Tony Soprano of St. Louis. You know, he was a bail bondsman, kind of mafioso type.
Well,
you know.
He was just a beast.
A beast. Old man Crouppin, right? And what? And my grandmother. The old man Crouppin was his father.
Yeah, who was a jeweler who swore that when he came from the old country, on the ship, a ship's doctor examined his wife, and during the course of the examination, stole a fortune in diamonds that she was carrying in her brassiere.
Oh. We could have been something.
We could have been something.
Now tell him, because our name used to be Crouppin, Kruppen, but didn't your father was Crouppini, right?
It was Crouppinin.
Crouppinin.
But you know, immigrants who came into the United States back then, speaking a foreign language, you know, Russian is a different, you know, characters than English in the alphabet.
Sure.
And so it was, I guess, what they do is they'd ask you your name, and they were processing thousands of people.
Right.
So they very quickly. Now, certainly, I don't want to make this sound any worse than when Tammy's relatives came to the United States. You know, that was a piece of a cake compared to when Tammy's relatives came here. But nobody was treated real well when they came here. You know, there's this myth that America is the great melting pot, and it is to some extent. But
you got to climb into that melting pot.
Yeah, there's a lot of fire before anybody melts. You know, no immigrants have ever been welcomed into the United States.
Right. Well, and then also, and past that though, the Crouppin name changed again because your father declared bankruptcy and changed our name, right?
Yeah, back then without computers, it was easy to sort of get lost.
Yeah.
And so by just changing not the pronunciation, but the spelling, he just could escape his creditors. So, you know.
Man, that would have been nice. And tell them, Tara, the last story about when Grandma sent a security guard for Papa, but didn't tell him. She hired a guy. Scoot your head a little to the left, Tara. Scoot to the left a little more. Yeah,
my father used to, he owned a liquor store. And at the end of the evening, you know, he had cash, and he would bring the cash home. And my mother was afraid that people knew he had cash and they would try to rob him. So she decided, I'll get him a security guard to walk him from his car to the house, which was a nice thought. But she failed to tell him. And the security guard thought it would be good to like wait in the bushes and just jump out to say hello.
No. Oh no!
And and nobody knew that my father was carrying a pistol.
Oh no!
And so, well, when he shot the man, he just shot his hat off his head.
Oh wow!
By just sheer luck, he could have killed him, and we would have had a very different story. But that's what happened.
Goodness. That's true.
And nobody was hurt, but he had a stern talking to my mother.
That was a different time. Yeah, and then there was a story where my grandma, when she would get mad, she would hide his leg because he had diabetes. So he had his leg. His leg was amputated, and then he kept a bunch of cash in his leg. So she would steal his leg and hide it from him.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
I like her.
Man.
I
So it explains a lot about, our family history.
Yeah. It's like I came from a real classy bunch of people.
But you went legit, Terry. As they say, you went straight. You went legit.
Yeah, and
true.
we're also happy for it.
Yeah, but they try to pull me back in.
They try to pull you back in, Terry. Yeah, Terry's like Breaking Bad, So, what else, Pop? What's going on in St. Louis? What's been your favorite thing during this quarantine to do? Are you doing any little model building at all? Any poetry, haikus?
Yeah, right. No, I'm. Now, I wanted to learn how to play an instrument, but that hadn't worked.
Didn't I see you on the front porch the other day playing the guitar?
Yeah, I did do that, but it was more an air guitar, Tim.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
I thought I heard a little something. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, right. Yeah, me and the kid across the street on the banjo.
That little weird kid with the weird eye. Yeah. The jerky eye.
Sam!
What? That's Deliverance. That's a Deliverance reference. Kids like... It's all jacked. Yeah, and then Peter Fonda starts playing it, and then the little freaky hill kid starts playing it. It's quite a story. No, it's not Peter Fonda.
Peter Fonda was not.
Who was it? But Peter Fonda was in that movie in Deliverance, wasn't he?
No.
Wasn't he? Or no, Burt Reynolds was.
Burt
I know.
Reynolds.
And then,
what's his name?
The little guy who squealed like a pig.
Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
I've never seen it.
It's a movie, Burt Reynolds, where these guys go hunting in the woods and they get manhandled and taken. I mean, they get sexually assaulted, and I'm trying not to get my Facebook video taken down for these words, but yeah.
Okay, well, then that's fine.
Rent Deliverance. And they say, squeal like a pig. And they chase Ned Beatty through the woods.
It's a very classic movie.
Yeah, I
classic
know.
movie.
I know, but
if you're into that kind of stuff, Tammy, it's a classic. That and The Human Centipede is a good watch.
Oh, God.
Well, we got time to. I have time to watch them all.
You do, yeah. What are you watching on Netflix now, Tammy?
I put on that Tiger King this morning.
Oh yeah, what do you think about Tiger King?
I don't know. It kind of got on. It's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. It's a documentary and it's weird. And they were very interesting people. Yeah. But I'm gonna try to get through it. I put on Ozarks the other day. I'm gonna try to get through that.
Good.
Oh, you know what you might like? Billions.
What? Billions. Oh,
Billions.
Okay.
Billions. What's it about?
Oh, that's that family.
It's about
Billions.
a guy who's a stock trader, and he's made billions. And the U.S. attorney in New York believes he's crooked and is trying to put him in jail. Okay. But it's really fascinating.
Yeah, I can't watch anything that's going to be about like chemical warfare.
No.
Yeah. How does a movie like Contagion come out on Netflix like right at the quarantine?
Yeah. My sister-in-laws watch all of them.
How can you do that?
Yeah, I can't watch any of that.
No, you know what? It's just going to disappoint you because you'll just see how our country in movies should have handled the situation.
What's that other movie about the bird? What was it?
The Bird? Which one?
The movie where everybody had to be blindfolded.
Oh, Sandra Bullock. Yeah, called The Bird.
Yeah. No, is that what it's called?
I think it was called The Bird. Oh, Bird Box.
Isn't it called? Yeah,
Bird Box. Yeah, Bird Box.
That right now either.
No, that one. But that doesn't at least have to do with like Contagion is like exactly Matt Damon just screaming about what's happening right now. Help my wife! Help my wife! That's the whole movie.
No, it's too soon.
No, it's not funny.
It's not too soon. That's Matt Damon. It's a movie.
Watch a lot of comedies. That's all you can do.
Right,
that's true. That's
true. You kind of have to keep an eye on, take the temperature of your emotions during this.
Yeah.
I like Bad Moms. I've been watching Bad Moms.
Oh,
I haven't seen that one yet.
I like that show, Bad Moms.
Yeah,
I just live with one.
There's a
joking.
performance going on in here.
Where? Oh, Terry. Yeah, tell him, Terry. There's a live show. Who's vacuuming?
Who is it?
Terry, tell him too. Do you?
I'm doing a show.
He's doing a show. Thanks, Terry, for at least calling it a show. Hey, Terry, tell him you just vacuumed what for the first time the other day, or what?
No, I have. I mean, they make fun of me here.
Terrible.
But I have vacuumed before.
Right.
I don't know that I vacuumed
That's not his
here.
thing. He doesn't have to vacuum.
Of course, no. But I was just told that he took some enjoyment out of vacuuming. Not even that he felt the need to do a house chore. I think he was enjoying vacuuming and just discovered it.
No, I wasn't.
Like a hobby.
I don't vacuum. I make vacuuming appear.
Okay, but can I ask
he makes the air suck. What?
Terry, why at that moment did you feel like you needed to run a vacuum though?
Oh. Well, my wife has been cleaning all day and my sister-in-law. Yeah. And I thought I would, you know how sometimes you offer things that you don't in any way believe you'll ever be taken
multiple
up on?
times a day.
It was a disingenuous offer went awry.
Yeah, because you know what's wild about it is that you only vacuumed in your little area right there.
Around his lazy boy. That's because you couldn't see it, Tammy, but around his lazy boy, he had built up an island of just, nutshells.
Right.
Wrappers.
Yeah, he had a little island. Yeah, his lazy boy was not on the ground anymore.
Soda bottles.
Soda
bottles.
Yeah, he just eats, and Terry has an eat and toss method that he's practicing.
That's what's up. You get down, Terry. Do it.
That's right.
Do it.
Well, I think this was pretty good. Anything in closing, Pop, Tammy?
Well, take a look at my Heroes Pay Zeros.
Yeah,
and,
let me flash that little hashtag for you so that people can spell it.
And if you would, share it and comment on it and use the hashtag. Let's see, maybe we can change the world.
I love it. And what about you, Tammy?
You know what? Just want to stress the importance of staying at home and giving a little love right now to all of our friends and clients connected with Brown and Crouppen. Yeah. We're working around the clock to maintain just really, basic, normal, everyday business. And we're doing a fantastic job of it. I sound almost like the orange guy when I said that, hey, we're doing a fantastic job.
Huge. It's the hugest law firm in all of the Midwest. It's huge.
Yes, but we are here right now.
That's
right.
I
just wanted to say, stay at home and just know that we are here for you.
That's right.
Watch my show. I upload on Fridays.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Tammy's show every Friday airs, you guys. And that is my show. You can watch us here again. I'll do another watch party so we can rewatch the show. Thank you to my big papa, Terry Crouppen. Thanks for everything you do. I love you, Pop. My big papa. Thank you to you, Tammy. And thank you for joining me, you guys. I'm going to throw in a little music, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye, Pop. Bye, guys.